Last night was the Oscars. So for this special Soho Insights, we're going to be talking about how we did a live stream commercial break last night. Also talking about how to turn your business into a Hollywood PR type campaign. And then finally, we're talking a little bit about tent polling. And I'm pretty sure many of you don't know what that term means. So definitely stay tuned to find out what it is.
Hello and welcome to episode 64 of Soho Insights, brought to you by Parallels, the company behind the Plus Control Panel, the control panel you need to use if you host your website anywhere as a small office, home office business. All of our web hosting clients do. And Ovaleye, where we empower your small office businesses by providing you with web hosting, email, voice over IP, and web conferencing in one place that speaks your language. Hello, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Jen, and yes, the show is live. We record it live every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The show is called Soho Insights, which stands for Small Office, Home Office Insights, where we talk about tips, trends, products, all sorts of fun stuff that relate to your work-at-home lifestyle. And so I kind of butchered the intro, which is unfortunate because this is going to be a really fun episode because last night we did a full-on live stream during commercial breaks of the Oscars.
I was exhausted after doing that. I don't know why. I think it's because we tried to do everything and then run in and, do the commercials. But it was fun. We still had
our fun party, and then we'd come in and talk about it during the commercials.
It was fun.
And we got a great response. We looked at I guess I looked at our analytics. I didn't tell you about it yet.
Good.
It was pretty good, though.
Yay!
So a lot of people are sitting at their computers during the commercials right now, or smartphones. So, I mean, why not?
Yell. The producer.
Okay. So...
Yes, I can't say yay anymore. No more.
All right,
yays.
So we have a different set going on right now. We have obviously the Oscars coming at you. We've got the green screen up, but usually we have kind of an in the office, home office type of look. We're actually reorganizing our books a little bit to make it look a little cleaner for tomorrow's episode of Small Businesses Do It Better.
With Kirk Warner, the Olive the Woolly Bugger author, and he's got so much to his brand. So please stay tuned and tune in at 7 o'clock.
Now, that fits in nicely because Olive and the author are going after Hollywood producers right now.
Yes, it's going to be a really fun episode, and it does. I talked to him last night about the Oscars because animation was a big part of the Oscars last night.
Yeah. So tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about, let's go ahead and go down the list. We're going to be talking about who is best dressed and what that says about your personal brand. Award shows. Where are there award shows for small businesses? And why it's important to have award shows. We're going to be talking about some of the social media that the Oscars did. This is a 30-minute show, so we're going to go pretty fast through these things. We're going to briefly talk about a tentpole programming concept, because this is one that I discovered a couple months ago that I feel like none of you really know about.
Hello.
And then celebrity bloggers. And then we're going to finish it up with some PR and talking a little bit about movies, since we are doing an Oscar-themed episode.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and get started, because we've got a small amount of time.
There's one thing that I want to make sure that everybody knows is we will be sponsoring Total
Events.
Total networking events.
Yeah.
And in Seattle, if you guys are around, because it's going to be a huge event Friday from 4 to 8. Savor the Success is going to be the keynote speaker with other great speakers. There's MCs. There's all sorts of small business, women-owned small businesses that will be there. And we're so excited. So I do want to talk more about that. And we'll do some videos this week about it too. We're very excited because this is something that really excites us, and we're looking forward to it. So.
Yeah, and if you notice, we are available on chat right now, which is why you want to show up for the Soho Insights live stream. And the small businesses do it better because we want to make sure that there's a lot of participation between the small businesses that are watching. So anyway, we're on chat, so we'd be happy to talk to you. We're also tweeting at Ovaleye TV. So one funny thing, Total Networking next week or on Friday.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Is that we're sponsoring the cocktail hour.
Oh, I know. In fact, your grandmother, when I was talking to her about Ovaleye and stuff for this week, she goes, I bet it's the happy hour, isn't it? Because she watches us. My mom watches us, and we're always having wine. And so
on the one episode, it fits in nicely with just relaxing and talking about small office, home office lifestyle.
Because otherwise, we're in the office working with hosting and servers and emails. So it's
a nice way. Yeah, nice way to relax. So getting into it. Let's first talk about the fun thing.
Last night was fun.
Is all of you, I mean, it's on the top of all of your minds. I know it is. Best dressed. Who was it that you thought was best dressed?
Nobody, I think, said it today, but Angelina Jolie is one of my favorite actresses.
My goodness. So funny that you said that because
she stood really good. You know, she was the diamond in the rough, if you ask me last night.
Oh my gosh. I have to show this to you.
Except her arms. Her arms look really skinny.
So I'm going to bring it up really fast on my iPad, or on the computer, but it'll take a little bit. Because
otherwise they all look alike. I guess Michelle Williams had that red dress on.
Okay,
they all
but
were
no
shimmery.
joke. So Angelina Jolie's, she's been trending on Twitter for some time now, and so funny because Angelina Jolie, not only was she trending, but they actually created a Twitter account for her right leg.
Though it was.
Let me pull it up. Hold on, I just shared it. Okay.
Now, what woman last night did those? Well, there was one thing last night that your grandmother talked about to me. Angelina Jolie's leg.
Isn't that funny?
That is pretty good.
One of the tweets is, check me out, leg.
Followers are 23,000.
Yeah, left leg and I talked. Everything's cool. Next Oscar, she gets the slit.
Well, apparently we missed it because J-Lo was on there. We thought it was cute how her and Cameron Diaz did that little thing, but apparently sometime last night she showed off a little more than usual. That was trending today, too.
I did not see that.
I didn't.
But another thing that we wanted to talk about is just the fact that all of these different places have their own best dress list. And a couple things, if you pull up the People picture that I have, so People Magazine is kind of just, a staple as far as best dress lists go. And so I have a couple things from People. One is their top 15 picks, but also they did a piece on trending. So this is their top 15 picks. It's Michelle Williams, it's Jennifer Lopez. It's kind of of course they're going to be in the top 15s. But there's another People picture on there that talks about trends. And we talked about Rachel Zoe a while back on Soho Insights as a stylist. And here you see the trend is diamond chokers. Well, there's 10 slides like this. And there's trends about like buns. There's trends about the color of the dresses.
Well,
the form of the dress.
Gwyneth Paltrow looked very different too. And
but that was a trend. And then they lined it up. Ice White was a trend last night. And at the end of the slides, everyone looked like each other. And that was kind of upsetting because I've read in a few publications that stylists is polishing your personal brand, polishing you so that you get on one of those best dress lists because that's publicity. People go and see your movie and people want to know what you're in next. So anyway, it's different because you don't see any Bjorks in the swan outfit anymore. It's all very polished.
Swan is scary though.
Yeah. So one cool thing that I saw a lot of bloggers doing. So a few other lists. There's a Forbes photo. I don't know if you can pull that up. Yeah, it might be hard to look at it.
What was she? She was.
Oh, so Forbes even ran a best list. But then there was also Self magazine.
Oh,
which is the fittest females.
And who was the fittest? Was it Angelina Jolie?
I don't know if they did like a top fit female, but the one that I brought up was of Jennifer Lopez because they mentioned her curves.
Cameron Diaz has a fit. she's very fit.
Yeah, definitely. All of those women with their arms, very fit personal brand, I guess, too.
One person that stood out, too, and I didn't really notice her dress as much as I noticed her personality. Emma Stone was very good on stage in front of all those people. I thought she did great.
So while you're trying to find the fit one, it's Fit Females is the list, and it's under the best dressed. But there's this other one called Budget Babe. You could find that picture instead. So there's this blogger, really cute, the Budget Babe, and it's just on this, it looks like a Blogspot type blog. But
look how the white dresses, the white dresses down at the bottom.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, if you jump to my computer. So the cool thing about the Budget Babe is that she took it a step further, because a lot of these fashion bloggers, what they did is basically if you're sitting in the living room with you and you comment back and forth, they translated that into your blog. And after a while, I'm like, why do I care what you think?
Well, you know what's funny,
I mean that in the nicest way, but
the Today Show or ABC, I don't remember which one, but they were talking about the dragon, the tattoo girl. What is that called?
A lot of people said she was the best dressed.
Well, they said that Europe is already cashing in on that dress. They put it into stores already. She's like the model for fashion.
Interesting.
Yes.
So go back to my computer. The cool thing that the Budget Babe does is that she moved it over. Instead of saying who she thought did it best or adding her comments into it, she asked her readers who it is that they thought were the best dress. And she numbered them out, created a poll, and there's a lot of free plugins if you're using self-hosted WordPress that polls, you're able to pull in, basically. You can scroll down, you can see some of the comments of how people voted. So it's just really cool way to interact. Not only are you giving some of your opinion, like she did up at the top a little bit, but she brought it back to the readers to get some two-way conversation going.
Nice.
I thought it was smart.
Mm-hmm. Very good idea.
I tweeted her, but she didn't tweet me back. So hopefully it's okay that I showed her site as an example.
Of course it is.
Right. But anyway, so
wait, did you pick a best dress? I don't know if I heard you say that.
I thought everyone looked really nice. I don't know.
Brother.
I literally thought everyone looked kind of the same. I don't know. I couldn't pick and say you wore it best. I thought everyone looked really nice.
You didn't think like Gwyneth wore, with that cape thing?
Oh, I thought it was cute. I thought that was a smart idea. It was. They said it was cold outside.
In California? Wow.
So smart.
Okay.
So the next topic that we wanted to talk about is just award shows for small businesses. And a lot of people are saying, oh my goodness, another award show. I don't tune into award shows. It's just, rich millionaire whatever's getting awards and congratulating each other. But it's important because entertainment is a big export. And you need to make sure that the quality is kept up, as well as commercial, who does well as far as the box offices go. But we need to make sure that we are seen as someone to aspire to. As far as that goes. And I think it's the same in small businesses. We should have awards too, because not only does that ensure that we're all being profitable, but maybe we're profitable
on your website
with like a greenness in mind, environmentally friendly, or maybe we're profitable and we give back.
Hosting has our industry, we have awards.
We have a lot of different awards.
So a lot of industries probably have awards too. We didn't list that tonight.
That's a good one.
Yes.
So industry awards is something. So we've put together a few other places that you guys should check if you want to enter in for awards, because not only does it help you push to be at just a better level, and as far as these other pieces other than just bringing in money, but it also provides you with credibility if you've been given an award. And one of them is the Stevie Awards, which we have an image of. Right here. That one's a pretty national awards. The next one that we wanted to talk a little bit is just about local government. And so we're here in the greater Seattle area, and our King County, which is where our business is based out of, they did an award starting last year. And as you can see here, it's the first ever, but it was smart. So you were able to enter in for this, and then they gave them out based on categories. So you have Minority Small Business of the Year, you have Woman Small Business of the Year.
All of our clients that are in the Northwest here better look at those things.
Yeah, there's no excuse why not to just try for these awards.
One thing we were doing, we were out and about on Saturday, and we're driving through Lake City, I think it was, and all these banners of the best of Evening Magazine on all these restaurants and stores. Yeah. That is huge when they
that's true. I didn't even think of that. So not only is it a lot of our clients that you enter in those. And then you earn, but it's also the crowd participation.
You're nominating.
Yeah, you're nominated,
just like
and then
Webby.
people vote for you.
Yes.
So another one is local media. So another thing that we have out here in the Seattle area is the Puget Sound Business Journal. And I'm sure you guys have business journals in every city that you're in too, and they have the 40 under 40. There's a few other things. There's 30 under 30 for Inc.
Hello, where's mine?
Yeah, but see, you don't have
30 under 30, 20 under 20.
Grandmas that are doing well in business. So you don't have to aspire to be in Inc.'s 30 under 30 or anything huge like that, or Inc.'s, the Fortune 500, whatever it is. You could go after your local awards and be just as, it's worth just as much.
If you ask me, somebody should start a new one. Right now, somebody start your own awards for small businesses.
Yeah, why not?
Yes. Okay.
So the last awards is Webby Awards. So, you've got your industry, you've got all of your local stuff, you've got the national pieces, and then you have things that are specialized to different areas.
Lisa
Kudrow is hosting the Webby Award.
Is she really?
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
That is.
So you have more specialized pieces, too, that are out there. And you just have to look for them and make it part of your marketing strategy, or the strategy in which you're using to base your business building off of.
We need to win some awards, so let's start.
Yeah, I hadn't even really thought about it, honestly, until we put the show together.
This.
So we're right there in the same boat with you if you haven't done it yet. Before we get going into the Oscars social media piece, which this will flow nicely because we're talking about what the Oscars, the Academy, did to promote the Oscars through social media, whether it was Twitter, Instagram, a whole lot of other stuff.
I loved it.
We wanted to quickly say thank you so much to our sponsors, Parallels. They provide us with our control panel that our clients use. Our clients are web hosting small business owners. And this control panel was made for them in mind. It's people that don't necessarily have a design or marketing team to help them set up email addresses, manage hosted applications like their CRM, or even do simple website maintenance. The team at Parallels really cares about the end user and takes the time to research products and applications that every small business owner needs. The control panel is really nice to navigate. The tabs are well organized. It's all one-click pieces. And then there's also this fantastic do-it-yourself website builder called Web Presence Builder, where it's just drag and drop. You can quickly put together an e-commerce shop and then hit publish. It's really nice. So it should be easy for all business owners to be able to launch their own websites and emails. Parallels Plus Control Panel ensures that every business owner can do that with just a few clicks. So head on over to OvalEye.TV/Parallels to find out more about how Parallels is working to make the small business owner's life that much easier.
Check chat.
What about it?
Just check. Make sure.
I guess that's a good idea.
Thank you, Parallels.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes.
So, once you have your foundation of your website all set up, again, this is live, so we are on chat, and Carissa, who is our host tomorrow with us, she's on chat with us, and she said that there should be a Grandma Business Award.
Yes.
And so, Carissa, you should start that.
Come on.
Start the awards. You've got the Web Presence Builder. Throw it together.
Grandma.
You'll put a tab that says Grandma.
Yeah,
Best
the Grandma
Business
Award. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, once you've got the foundation of your web hosting set up, you've got your website all together, then you can take it to next levels. So if you can share on my desktop, I've got a couple things lined up here to show you guys that the Oscars did, which was really cool. I
loved it.
Yeah, we retweeted it a lot and followed the Academy as far as the Oscars go, what they were posting out the day of and days before,
look
too.
Angelina Jolie had her own Twitter, or her leg did. So.
I know. It was big. So, I would take it off of that really fast.
Wolfgang Puck, though, was one of my favorite. And today he was still even really cute.
Let me pull all of them up really fast. So Oscar Buzz, they've even got a YouTube page, which was crazy. I think it was underutilized, which is unfortunate. Billy Crystal, Mom did point out that it looked like he started
42
like
tweets.
right before. Yeah, he was here in... No, it looks like he's had some time up, but he was a little bit more serious about Twitter when it came closer to the Oscars. But even then, he did a couple the day of,
I think
the day
he's
before.
one of the best hosts. I think he really did a great job.
Yeah,
last
it's
night.
interesting. I think it's an age thing because a lot of people were saying that was unfortunate because he was funny 10 years ago, or relevant funny 10 years ago, and there's people that are funny today that are relevant that could have been hosting.
Will Ferrell would be good.
Oh my goodness, if Will Ferrell was the host of the Oscars, that would be incredible.
They were good last night, him and Zach.
So you had the Oscars, you had Billy Crystal on Twitter, you also had Jonah Hill, who was a big person on Twitter too. Let me pull up his, because there wasn't a whole lot of those stars that were nominated for Oscars.
You know what?
Not a lot of them are on Twitter.
Well, and people were at, they interviewed him today, and they kept saying, so you've lost weight for the Academy Awards. It's like, what kind of question is that?
Yeah, that wasn't very nice. So on top of just Twitter, they also put together this entire Oscar Buzz piece, which was sponsored by Sprint. Smart Sprint. Good idea there. But beyond that, so they tracked who was trending as far as hashtags go and everything like that.
Did you see that Seattle guy that was tweeting to yesterday I sent you?
Yeah, a lot of people were live blogging, where we were live vlogging. They were just blogging.
Oh, still. They didn't beat us.
So the site is really interactive. It includes some photos, pieces where they didn't just leave the site stale the day after. They added photos and added commentary still going on to it.
I haven't looked at that. I'll look at it
Which
tonight.
is something that we'll talk about in just a second with tent polling. So if you look at the YouTube page, did you look at their YouTube page?
No, I didn't look at any of them today.
I was a little sad because they did a couple cute little videos and they put all of the luncheon videos up ahead of time. But actually now you can see there's some fun things that are happening. So you've got people that won that are talking on the YouTube channel.
Night. Yes.
So that's smart that they're adding videos on still. But they've also got this interactive app too, so that you'd be able to download it onto your iPhone or Android.
Yeah, they made a big deal of that in the ads before the Oscar too.
Yeah. So. Well, and it's funny because I looked at the reviews for the app, and it was all just like, your app doesn't work. This is awful.
Oops, you
Which
better
is
try
too
them
bad
out
because I thought it worked
Did
fine.
You? Okay,
so I
good.
don't know.
All right. So what's next?
Yeah, so the next thing we wanted to talk about, so we just talked about award shows, we talked about best dress, social media. We wanted to talk about this tent pole concept and what it means for small businesses. I thought this was the coolest thing that I learned when we were starting to do Soho Insights, and we took it really seriously, was that something in broadcasting is called tent pole programming. And it's the idea that you, when you have a really popular show, you sandwich it with two new shows, and so you've got some people leading into the show that are watching, and some people that are leading into the next show will catch the last piece of that. They're watching that current show, they'll catch the first piece of the next show.
That's what they did with the bosses last one year. What was it? Super Bowl. They did, that big CBS show now that's the bosses, undercover bosses.
Oh, yeah.
They did a good job with that.
Yeah, that was really smart. So all of the people that were watching Super Bowl, which was their target market, stayed a little while, and they found out about the next show.
I haven't watched it since, but I thought that was really good.
So flip it on the side. So today, 2012, YouTube has this great playbook out that they created for creators and producers, or partners. And you have to be someone that millions of people watch your YouTube channel in order to get to that kind of standard. They make money by producing content for YouTube, and they work really closely with them. But they make that playbook that they give all of those people available to just anyone. And it's really hard to find on the website.
How many pages?
Something like 80 pages.
She read them all.
Yeah. it's fantastic. You have, like, it's just, you have to be smart about it. If you're going to spend time doing videos, you need to know what you're doing. And for YouTube right now, for Soho Insights, it's a 30-minute show. So we haven't done too much because that's not really where our people are. We do it for more search engine purposes.
Where are our people?
But we are putting together smaller videos now that are perfect for YouTube. And so we're going to be focusing a little bit more on that, where we're, condensing some of the things that we're talking about, but we'll still have those longer shows on. We do more Blip TV stuff with this because it's more of an episode.
Okay, so our people are on Blip and YouTube. No, wait,
iTunes. Yeah. So, but anyway, so YouTube's got this playbook, and they take the concept of tent pulling into more of a YouTube type programming environment. So you've got these events like the Oscars. And there's the idea that people are looking up information before the event happens.
Yes, but
the event happens, and then people are looking for stuff after the event about commentary.
Okay. There was some commentary afterwards, but it put me to sleep. So then they needed to have like that Barbara Walters special again afterwards.
Yeah, so I mean, it happens. Yeah, this is exactly it. So it's a YouTube report. As you see here, it's page 28 out of 80 or so. And it's the idea that you do some pieces beforehand and afterwards to make sure that the main event is, a lot of people see it, and people will continue to watch additional videos that you put out. And so with Ovaleye, what we've done is kind of attached ourselves onto the Oscars being this big event and associated our brand, our web hosting brand of Ovaleye, with this event. And it's up here. That was last night in our live stream. And now we're coming down. We're coming down with commentary the next day afterwards.
Where's the little gold
Oscars
people?
Must have been annoying. So we're coming down here and we're finishing up with some commentary, right? Before that, we did a lot of blog posting. We did a video that was promoting our Oscar piece. And so it's just that tentpole idea. And you can do that with any event, whether it's Total Networking on Friday. It's an event that you put out. Just making sure that the whole marketing plan is really worked out, and that you have before and after pieces.
Yeah, we should do another.
Yeah, there's a lot to be thinking about, and it's really not that hard to do tentpole programming. It's just you have to really plan in advance for it.
Okay, so the next one?
The next thing that we wanted to talk about is celebrity bloggers.
And see, last night, if you were watching it all, we talked about that I couldn't find any bloggers. I follow Jane Fonda. I love her blog. Kind of dating me, but I don't care.
Yeah.
So we couldn't find any.
Google it. Because I didn't pull up Jane Fonda.
Well, Jane Fonda didn't have any Oscar stuffs yet. But
I have seen her at award shows where she does behind the scenes. Oh, here's her blog.
It's a very nice website, blog.
Yeah, that's cool. So the one that I pulled up, and I have a very long list that you can get at ovaleye.tv. When you look for this episode, it's episode 64 of Soho Insights. I'll include that list of all these celebrity bloggers, but here's Jane Fonda's blog. You have to go to different pages.
Well, she has lots. I mean, a lot.
And it's taking a little while to load. So let's go back to Elizabeth Banks. This is my celebrity blogger that I've started to follow not too long ago.
Excuse me, what is that?
It talks about cancer prevention, cure to cancer. So this is one really interesting thing. So celebrities are getting into this blogger mentality where you've got bloggers being their own online celebrities.
They should.
And now you've got celebrities that are doing this, extending their celebrity online.
Who is the famous blogger that is so mean to some of those? Who is it?
Perez
Hilton.
Yeah.
Oh, he's scary.
Yeah, so here she does a fashion roundup. And so she's in the new movie Hunger Pains. And so she's taking all of her appearances and what she wears and putting it into her blog, which is really smart. Why not?
She's pretty.
You could argue, why does she need to do the extra effort? But it's just connecting with her fans and creating that two-way conversation that gets people to love Elizabeth Banks, which I think is really smart. And we can apply that in our small businesses too. Stop thinking of a blog as just a way to market to people, and think of a blog as a two-way conversation.
To sell this, I mean, that is so brilliant of them to put their pieces, what they're wearing, and then hopefully sell that.
This is what we're interested in too.
Yep.
So Jane Fonda, here's her with
See,
Whitney Houston in last night's pre-Grammy party. Oh, sad.
I know.
So it was with Richard Branson. Wouldn't you like to be able to put that in your blog?
Oh, she definitely puts the people in her blogs.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
There's always a bunch of people talking to her, too.
So that was enough of that.
All right. So the next one, what's the next one?
We're talking about PR.
PR.
So how to bring your small business, how to put a Hollywood PR spin coat layer on top of your small business. And this is something I found, which I thought was really cool and fit in nicely with this episode, and it wasn't done too long ago. And it's from DocStock. And this woman, she did a 5-point piece on how to run your PR like a Hollywood celebrity, which is just, it's smart. And the points that she brings up are actually pretty good. The first one is to strategize how people see you. So thinking about, what do I want people to think of me when they think of my name? The second point is to not apologize and just explain. So not saying I'm sorry for this happening. You just say, this is what happened and this is what I'm going to do now.
Yeah, that's good.
She says to be timely, to create an intriguing story, and then finally to focus on the personality of your brand, which I thought was the most important piece, because for her, looking at a celebrity, it's a person. That person has a personality. And instead, what PR people do in Hollywood is they don't think of Brad Pitt as a person.
They think
Brad Pitt is a brand. Yeah.
He's a brand, all right.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
I love
PR?
that. Yeah.
Well, what would you do for Ovali, for PR?
You and me? Mm-hmm. That's what we're doing. This is our PR right here.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting where she said create an intriguing story. You have to watch the video. I'll have a link over at ovali.tv. But she said people connect well with stories. You want to be able to tell someone else the story that you heard about that brand.
We should tell our story more often. I don't think we say it enough.
Yeah, and it's funny. There's an online marketing person out there named Allie Brown who always told her story at the beginning of her podcast. She did a very short stunt with iTunes podcasts. And the first 2 minutes would always be her story. And it was always the same thing that she read off of a piece of paper. But I memorized her story. If you asked me about Allie Brown, I would tell you her story, which is so funny. And that's the way that you need to do it, I guess.
So what's your story, Jen?
I could tell you your story. I always talk about Ovali based off of.
Tell me my story then. I want to hear it.
Mom, do you really want to spend the video talking about that? Because it is 7:30.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll tell you in another video. It's a teaser. Come back to it. It's actually a really good story, and I think more people do need to hear about it. So the last thing that we wanted to just end Soho Insights with was talking about movies that inspire us as small business owners.
And there's so many movies that inspire us. And the one that I wanted to win for last night's movie, I did not see The Artist. I'm sure it was very good, but I did get to see Moneyball, and I really liked Moneyball. Yeah. I thought it inspired me. And I think it inspires small businesses, too. I also like Morning Glory. I think that inspires us a lot, too.
Oh, that's smart to go to the other camera. Yeah, Moneyball was a really good movie. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a must if you're a small business owner, especially a home-based business owner, because there's a lot of comparison where you look at yourself and think, why am I not as successful as that person? In Moneyball, like Brad Pitt says in that video, it makes you question what success really is, what failure really is, and how much of that is the environment that you're put in.
Yes.
So Moneyball is a good one, and yes, Morning Glory. Any movie that's happy, bright, and fun is one that I like to put on in the background.
Yes, it is. And I want to talk to you before we end, Total Networking in Seattle. If you're not in Seattle, I'm sorry, but I'm going to push this one tonight because we will be there. We are actually getting out again. Yay! Yeah.
So anyway.
Okay. So I wasn't supposed to say yay in the mic.
Oh my gosh. Monday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at ovali.tv/live. Come in and chat with us. Ovali videos are growing every week, which is so exciting. Thank you so much for watching. We so appreciate it because this is one of the parts of the week that I look forward to the most. So thank you so much for watching. You can find us on iTunes, Blip TV, and all sorts of fun places. Check Ovali TV for all the links that we mentioned.
When are you starting your
The Cloud Maven. It's going to be on
before?
Wednesdays, and I don't have a date set because I'm looking for. I want to get the right guests to start off with because we're bringing the cloud down to moms and small office, home office businesses. And then YFE is starting on this Thursday, actually, with live profiles. I don't know if I really talked to you about that.
No, you didn't. So let's go.
So anyway.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Please tune in for Small Businesses Do It Better with Carissa and I at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We're interviewing Kirk Warner with Itchy Dog Productions, and he has a big brand. Until next Monday, and hopefully we see you at Total Networking on Friday. This is Kathy and Jen with OvalEye.tv. Thanks again.